Here's a groundbreaking idea. If you eat less, your immune system functions better. I know, wild, groundbreaking research that we have here. But again, hey man, anytime I have the opportunity to tell you to get your diet in check, you know Don's going to take it here, baby. The new research suggests that moderate caloric restriction in humans has benefits beyond weight loss. In a 2-year study, researchers saw improved immune function and T cell production, but a reduction in inflammation in participants who reduced their calories by about 14%. And I know, even since I've been intermittent fasting, right, and I think probably I don't really track my calories. That's never really been my thing. I've just kind of understood what the allocation when it comes to serving sizes are. Know it, have a good general spatial awareness of how much that takes up on a plate or your serving device, whatever you want to do. I mostly just eat out of bowls anyways, because that's where salad goes. And I know how much in my hand, just an allocation of chicken and shrimp is anyways. And I just throw it on top and all that stuff. Once you understand that stuff perfectly, and that's the way that you normally consume your food, you're pretty much on the go. And again, eating the way that I have for as long as I have, it's been multiple years that I've been doing intermittent fasting, and it's probably been at least 2 or 3 years of OMAD, 1 meal a day, where I just have dinner and then just have a 2-hour eating window. That's also coincided with also getting my supplementation on point. I haven't really, outside of my couple of brushes with the coof, haven't been sick all that much. And again, I don't want to push my luck or anything, but that's just me getting my diet, supplementation, sleeping pattern, exercise habits all on point. And then also managing stress on top of that. And then you know how that manifests? Well, my body, because I'm taking care of it, is also taking care of me. New research suggests, yes, moderate calorie restrictions. I already read that. There you go. But calorie restrictions, CR, that's how it's going to be referred to in the very scientific research that we have here, has been an important topic in aging and longevity research for many years. We've learned from studies on many types of animals, from flies to mice to non-human primates, that moderate CR without malnutrition prolongs lifespans, slows biological aging, and delays the development of chronic diseases. More recent research has tried to understand the biology behind the beneficial longevity promoting effects of CR and how it could be used to improve human health. The comprehensive assessment of long-term effects of reducing intake of energy, calorie. That seems a little bit of a forced acronym, but we'll go with it. Okay, trial. That was the first CR trial conducted in healthy humans. Participants in the CR group were instructed to reduce their calorie intake moderately, a goal of 20% for 2 years. Previous results from the calorie trial suggested moderate CR reduced fat mass, improved insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammatory markers, and improved cardiovascular risk biomarkers. A new study from calorie trial investigated immune function and gene expression in fat tissue in participants who restricted calories by an average of 14% for 2 years. Sweet! And again, that's not that much, all things considered, okay? But again, if you're just starting to delve into getting your diet on point, you should be weighing your food. You should know how many calories you're taking in. You should be journaling what you're eating every single day, because you'll either be shocked of how much you're eating or how little you're eating, okay? And then if you just manage to match that up with your basal metabolic rate, your exercise expenditure, and then ultimately what your goals are, dealing with that 14% reduction that's out there, or properly structuring your eating times, it will be amazing. And it's not even for that long in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're going to be elongating your life. And it's not just going to be a low quality life because, I'm just going to live like there's no tomorrow and I'm just going to eat like a slob and then suffer for the rest of your life. Just because you think that you're fulfilling some sort of a short-term pleasure doesn't mean that those long-term consequences aren't going to be right there on the horizon. So again, take care of yourself now so that you will have a greater twilight to your life. Some research in animals had suggested that CR could impair immunity. Okay, however, these studies usually reduced calories more dramatically by about 40%. And again, there's another thing. Oh crap, I'm going to mess this up. So there's an old axiom that's out there where it's you starve a virus and that you feed a cold. It could be vice versa, but I remember hearing that out there. I think that's the way that it goes. But again, when you're ill, overeating and undereating are both equally detrimental. Moderate CR, 14%, however, in the calorie trial showed signs of improved immune function in the newly published study. researchers chose to analyze the thymus, where the T cells, a subset of the immune cells, yes, mature, in calorie participants, such as aging of the thymus begins earlier than other organs. Starting in middle age, the thymus begins to shrink, accumulate fat, and release fewer T cells, reducing the capacity for immune surveillance. Using MRI and indicators of T cell abundance in the blood, the researchers determined that the thymus glands in the CR participants were larger and less fatty, and were releasing more T cells after 2 years, and they were at the beginning of the study, whereas the control group showed no change. Since excessive fat tissues drives inflammation and inflation drives aging, the researchers also investigated gene expression in adipose tissue at baseline. 1 year and 2 years of calorie restriction. They found increases in the expression of 233 genes and decreases of 131. Several of the largest gene expressions changes were indicative of a lower level of inflammation. Sweet. They focused on one particular gene, the platelet activating factor acetylhydrolase. I think I got that right. PLA2G7. Whose expression was decreased in response to CR. Little is known about PLA2G7 so far. However, higher circulating levels of PLA2G7 have been linked to inflammation-related diseases such as cardiovascular, immune, and type 2 diabetes. They investigated PLA2G7 further by deleting the gene in mice and found that lower circulating pro-inflammatory cytokines reduced inflammation in fat tissue, limited weight gain, and maintenance of the volume of the thymus compared to control animals. These results were consistent with improved immune health and lower inflammation, and were similar to the results in humans under moderate CR, suggesting PLA2G7 is an important gene underlying the benefits of CR. Overall, the findings of the study suggest that moderate caloric restrictions alter genes expression and promote immune function and reduce inflammation, strengthening the evidence that moderate caloric restrictions in the context of micronutrient excellence extends lifespan. Great news. Then the author is interjecting here. See if we can glean anything out of this. I developed the Nutrarian diet, plant-based, nutrient-dense, that's good, as a more powerful way to reverse chronic diseases, strengthen immune defenses, and slow the aging process. It's unique in the ways that it pays attention to comprehensive micronutrient adequacy, using the wide variety of nutrient-rich foods, along with a judicious use of supplements. Or, you could just eat a Mediterranean diet and cut all that faff and start supplementing so many things outside of a bottle, and that you can just get them through the normal course of your diet. But to each their own. DHA, EPA, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins B12, K2, zinc, and iodine. Frankly, with the exception of iodine, which I've been looking a little bit deeper into after I did the video on it. Been looking at supplementing with that as well. But everything else I actually supplement too, on top of a couple of other things like vitamin D3, coenzyme Q10, and just a couple of electrolytes on top of that. But anyways, the Nutrarian approach lowers the the instinctual drive for calories, allowing people to be satisfied with fewer calories and enjoy eating more. Same thing happens with the Mediterranean, keto, and paleo diets as well. So to each their own. It depends on whatever you want to do when it comes to dieting, and whatever one you'd like to follow. Got plenty of those videos on the channel as well. But this one right here just goes to show you, if you don't overeat, guess what? You're going to be healthier. You're going to live longer. Wild thought, right? But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.